Do you believe that making more money alone will make you wealthy? If your answer is yes, you are making a huge mistake. If income alone created wealth, then many doctors, celebrities, and executives earning thousands of dollars a month wouldn't be stressing every single month just to cover their daily living expenses. The truth is, for most of us, as our income rises, all we do is upgrade our prison cage with more expensive items. And the scary part? Society rewards you and applauds you for staying inside this trap. Today, we are exposing the hidden wealth trap that nobody talks about. Once you understand this secret, the way you look at money will change forever. The great illusion. Most people believe that true wealth comes simply from earning more money. It sounds logical. Get a raise, start a business, work harder, make more, and the problem is solved. But is that really true? Because income is not wealth. Income is what you make. Wealth is what you keep. And that's exactly where the trap begins. The moment your income rises, your lifestyle rises right along with it. A bigger apartment, a newer car, more expensive vacations, fine dining, and luxury brands. Before you know it, your expenses quietly expand to match your income. You feel richer, but you're not. All you've done is upgrade your cage from iron to gold. The invisible prison. Here is one thing most people never notice. This wealth trap doesn't feel like a trap when it starts. Instead, it feels like success. Every expensive purchase gives you a temporary rush of joy, a small reward, a signal to your brain that I have made it. But that feeling fades away instantly, and then you need another upgrade. A new phone, a newer car. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. The human mind quickly gets used to new comforts. What excited you yesterday becomes normal today, and tomorrow it won't be enough. This creates an endless cycle. Earn more, spend more, need more, and repeat the same thing over again. The finish line keeps moving forward. No matter how fast you run, you will never arrive. Why most people stay stuck? Let's be honest. Most financial advice focuses only on numbers, budgets, interest rates, and investment returns. Those things matter. But money is primarily a psychological game. And when it comes to the psychology, most people lose. The average person doesn't buy things because they need them. They buy things to buy a feeling, status, security, acceptance, and the feeling of looking important. Most of our purchases are not logical. They are emotional decisions disguised as logical ones. Think about it. Why does someone buy a luxury car they can't afford? Why do they replace a phone that works perfectly fine with a new one? Why spend so much money just to impress people they barely even know? Because the purchase isn't about the object. It's a display of identity. This trap becomes dangerous when your self-worth is tied to the things you own. At that point, your spending is driven by emotion. And emotional spending can never be satisfied by anything. The wealthy think differently. This is where things get even more interesting. Most people think that truly wealthy individuals spend a lot of money. But in reality, wealthy people look at money not as something to consume, but as a tool. Every single dollar has a job. Every dollar can either buy temporary pleasure or build your future freedom. Average people ask, "What can I buy with this money?" Wealthy people ask, "What can this money become?" This single shift in mindset changes everything. One mindset creates liabilities and debt, while the other builds assets that generate income. One creates dependency, while the other brings absolute freedom. The real wealth formula. The biggest secret about wealth is surprisingly simple. Wealth is not built in one big, miraculous day. It is built through small decisions repeated over years. Every single day, you are choosing one of two options: consume or invest, waste or build, impress others or strengthen your future. Average people only worry about increasing their income, but the wealthy strive to increase their ownership. Ownership of businesses, ownership of investments, and ownership of assets that produce income even while they sleep. That is why two people with identical salaries can end up in completely different places 10 years later. One spends everything, the other accumulates assets. Years later, the gap between them becomes massive. The difference didn't come because one earned more, but simply because they thought differently. The most dangerous wealth trap. There is one dangerous trap that is far worse than overspending, and that is waiting. Waiting for the perfect time. Waiting for our income to increase. Waiting until next year. Waiting until things feel safer. Years pass, but nothing changes. The price of never starting is incredibly heavy. The truth is this: a small action you take today beats a perfect, massive dream you keep waiting for tomorrow. People who build wealth are not always smarter. They are simply the ones who started earlier. They invested earlier, learned earlier, made mistakes earlier, and grew earlier. A simple mental shift. So, when you are thinking about buying things, instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" ask yourself, "How much is this purchase costing my future?" This question changes everything. Any purchase is never just a purchase. It also means losing the future potential value of that money. Every dollar has the power to grow. Every dollar can serve you or disappear forever. The wealth trap works by hiding this reality from your eyes. It forces your attention only on today's pleasure and makes you forget tomorrow's opportunity. Final lesson. The biggest wealth trap nobody talks about is not poverty. It is not inflation. It is not low income. It is unconscious consumption. It is living on autopilot. It is believing that spending more equals more success. Real wealth begins the moment you stop running to impress people. It begins when you start building your ownership. It starts when you stop asking how rich does someone look and start asking how free are they? Because wealth is not about luxury. Wealth is about having options. Wealth is about freedom. It is waking up and knowing your money is working for you. Instead of you working your entire life for money. If this video changed the way you think about money, subscribe to Wealth Logic AI and join us to learn about the psychology of wealth, financial freedom, and how to build a successful future most people never achieve. Remember, the goal isn't to look wealthy. The goal is to become wealthy. And those are two very different games.